We see still a lot of guys that are hooked on meth. You know, meth is devastating, of course, and it drives men to do like really foolish things, to say the least. You know, it tears them apart physically, and it really brings them down fast. But we're seeing a lot of heroin addiction. You know, an old drug that's kind of made a resurgence in the culture. A lot of prescription drug addiction issues, a lot of dysfunction and pain going on there. You know, it might stem from an initial injury, and then these guys get hooked on these meds, or it can just be that whole subculture that deals with prescription drugs. So I have to encourage people often to let go and let their loved one fall on his face. And it's a very scary prospect, because these guys that are addicted, anything could go wrong. But it's not the parent's job. When the individual is of age and they rebel and they go against what they know deep down in their heart is right, then they have to deal with those consequences. So we have to tell families, back off, let them fail. Don't help them by enabling them to stay stuck. What we see are men coming into the program who are fearful, bitter, wounded, prideful. A lot of pride. You know, they may be messed up, but they want to argue, they want to self-defend and self-protect. So we see them coming in with all these hang-ups and all this, you know, shame and guilt and pain, but they're masking it, of course, with, you know, bravado and false pride and all this sort of thing. But when guys begin to humble themselves and begin to identify hope, and they begin to sense that, you know, God loves them, they begin to realize that they can be forgiven for their past sins and their mistakes and their failures. And when they know that you love them, then they change.